and we back with another one. So y'all already know Lil Durk done got jammed up. We finna check out this video. They say Lil Durk ain't know he was being filmed, you know what I'm saying, while he was admitting to a murder. So we finna check this video out and see what's going on. Make sure y'all hit that subscribe button.
Lil Durk was really out here moving like a mafia boss, forcing the feds to use tactics that have been used to bring down mafia families. Authorities have Durk on tape admitting to murders, and it's not only the murder of Quando Rondo's cousin. From having his brother's killers murked to ordering the death of an informant's baby mama, Durk was out here flying his killers in private planes.
Vaughn is dead, right?
Okay, well,
How the is these paying for a jet?
This is going to be one wild ride. OTF snitch sells out.
Butterhead came home still telling. Shit crazy, man. Let's go.
Lil Durk. If there's one thing that Lil Durk has made clear in his past interviews, it's that he hates snitches.
I hate all rats. If you ever told, you ever tell, I hate you, like with a passion. I really hate rats with real passions. Like, I hate you bad. I'm looking to the camera. I hate a rat.
What's crazy is that Durk might be in cuffs because one of his mans told on him. According to court documents, a dude named OTF Jam, who is a trusted member of the crew, played a crucial role in the investigation that brought down Lil Durk. It turns out that this dude had been released from prison in 2022 after serving 12 years for attempted murder. Apparently, he was an informant who had been cooperating with authorities for years. The craziest part about all this is that he wore a wire while around Lil Durk and other OTF gang members, which provided intel to the feds. A betrayal that no one saw coming, not even Durkio. According to the indictment, Jam's recordings and the information he provided were key in linking Durk to the now infamous murder for hire plot that almost took out Quando Rondo. If you understand OTF Jam's relationship with Durk, then his involvement in ratting out the OTF boss will shock you, and his secret recordings, which have formed the backbone of the case against Durk, will start to look like the worst case of backstabbing in hip-hop history. Jam, a longtime member of OTF, was considered a brother by Lil Durk. During Jam's 12-year incarceration for attempted murder, Durk stood by him, providing financial support and ensuring that Jam's needs were met. This included covering legal fees, purchasing a house and car, and gifting him more than $50,000 in cash.
Man, somebody give you all that and you still tell on them? Hey, man. These dudes living by a whole different code of loyalty out here, man. They ain't loyal to none of nobody.
50, bro. You know what I'm saying? Fact. But shit, can you tell us how much he gave you, or you don't want to even?
No, we ain't gotta get into all that, but bro made sure he made a way for me to be straight, like.
But if this wasn't enough, Durk also took care of OTF Jam, even while he was in jail. So what would make someone turn on their homie without any remorse?
Like, Durk come through one time, that's sure. I don't give a nobody say, like, sure. I know I'm a real witness, like.
A lot of niggas can't say anything.
Like, in my life, my whole time in jail, I was straight.
It turns out Durk may have been involved in the death of his baby mama. According to reports, Lil Durk found out that Jam had been wearing a wire all along. Determined to get his revenge, Durk knew that getting an FBI informant murked could bring him unwanted attention from the feds, so he went after his child's mother, Octavia Redmond. And on a seemingly...
All right, so we already cleared it up and we know that that's not the right lady at all. And we know that that's not OTF Jam baby mama. Let's go.
Ordinary day in the West Pullman neighborhood of Chicago, the life of a beloved postal worker, Octavia Redmond, was tragically cut short on the 19th of July, 2024. At approximately noon, Octavia was in front of a Chicago home, preparing to deliver mail, when a stolen SUV pulled up nearby. The vehicle, later identified as the getaway car, was driven by a 15-year-old suspect. The suspect exited the SUV and approached Octavia with a chilling intent. Without warning, he shot her multiple times at close range, leaving her critically injured on the ground. The suspect, meanwhile, fled the scene in the stolen SUV. The 48...
That's Trench's News right there. Felt like Trench's News running right there, didn't it?
8-year-old woman was taken to Christ Hospital in critical condition, where she was later pronounced dead at the hospital. In the immediate aftermath of the shooting, the Chicago Police Department launched an intensive investigation to track down the suspect. The U.S. Postal Inspection Service also became involved, offering a substantial reward for information leading to the arrest and conviction of those responsible. They took to their X account, where they announced a $250,000 prize for information leading to the arrest and conviction of the suspect responsible for the homicide. As the investigation unfolded, authorities utilized footage from police and private cameras to trace the suspect's movements before and after the shooting. The stolen SUV was identified, and an anonymous tip provided crucial information that helped identify the suspect. Months passed as investigators worked tirelessly to bring the perpetrator to justice. The breakthrough came when the suspect was located in Cedar Rapids, Iowa, and arrested on a murder warrant. Despite Durk's loyalty to his homie, Jam decided to become what the Chicago rapper hates the most, a rat. But having his baby's mother killed didn't solve anything. The damage was already done. So what exactly did OTF Jam reveal to the cops that might see Durk get the death penalty? Well, OTF Jam's revelations to the cops started with the tragic events of November 6, 2020. That night, King Von, Durkio's best friend, was killed outside an Atlanta nightclub. The altercation began as a physical fight between Von and Quando Rondo, escalating into gunfire when a member of Rondo's entourage allegedly shot Von multiple times, resulting in his death. CCTV footage showed Von approaching fellow rapper Quando Rondo and punching him to the ground. Von's guys joined in and started beating the brakes off Quando as he tried in vain to get away from his attackers. As the assault went on, one of Quando's homeboys, who was later identified as Lil Tim, appeared from behind their vehicle with a gun in hand and started letting off shots as everyone ran away. Von was hit on his torso.
And due to the fact that King Von is the cash cow, he should have never been fighting that night, no way. At all. They seen them and they wanted to move on them, they should have moved on them, but Von shouldn't have been involved at all.
Torso. He would later die from his gunshot wounds while in hospital during surgery. For Lil Durk, the death of his friend was not only a personal tragedy, but also a catalyst for further animosity towards Quando Rondo. Rumors began to circulate that Durk had placed a bounty on Rondo's head, fueling speculation and fear within the industry. Court documents show that OTF Jam told cops that after Von's death, Durk used coded language to tell OTF members that he would pay a bounty to anyone who would take part in killing Quando Rondo. Durk's cousin, DeAndre Wilson, also told OTF members that anyone who took part in the murder would be rewarded with lucrative music opportunities with OTF, which was also a music label. In August 2022, Lil Durk's associates allegedly learned that Quando Rondo was staying at a hotel in Los Angeles and plans to murk Quando were set in motion. Lil Durk's associates, DeAndre Wilson, Keith Jones, David Lindsay, and Asa Houston, traveled from Chicago to San Diego and then driven to Los Angeles, allegedly using funds provided by Durk himself. The group was determined to carry out their mission with precision and stealth, avoiding any direct links to Durk by following his alleged instructions to avoid booking flights under names associated with him. The feds revealed that they obtained information from Durk.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. Imagine Lil Durk saying, don't use my name on none of the rooms or don't attach my names to none. And then they be like, all right, we gonna use the OTF cards for everything. I was saying, like, and you always see them, and you always see the whole crew with stacks and stacks and stacks of cash. So the part that got me about the whole thing is, if y'all always got all these stacks and stacks and stacks of cash, why did y'all use the OTF credit card from everything from the rental cars to the ski masks to, you know what I'm saying, everything that was bought to carry out the mission? It's crazy. They ain't never played GTA.
Durk's iCloud, where he warned them not to book anything in his name. However, despite the warning, they still went ahead and booked the flights using a credit card linked to Lil Durk and OTF. Upon their arrival, the OTF members met with Kion Grant, a top associate who had flown to Los Angeles on a private jet. Grant played a crucial role in facilitating the operation, securing hotel accommodations for the group, purchasing ski masks, and obtaining 2 luxury sedans to be used in the ambush. According to court records, Grant also provided Jones, Lindsay, and an unidentified third member with firearms, including one that had been converted into a machine gun, further escalating the potential for violence. As the day unfolded, the group allegedly began tracking Quando Rondo and his associate Robinson as they traveled around Los Angeles in a Cadillac Escalade. Their journey took them to various locations, including a marijuana dispensary and a clothing store in West Hollywood. The tension was palpable as the suspects followed their targets, waiting for the opportune moment to strike. The climax of the day's events occurred at a gas station across from the Beverly Center, a bustling area in the heart of Los Angeles. Here, Asa Houston allegedly parked his car strategically behind the station, setting the stage for the ambush. As Quando Rondo and Robinson stopped at the gas station, Jones, Lindsay, and the third unidentified man reportedly exited their vehicle, armed and ready to execute their plan. The suspects opened fire, unleashing a hail of bullets in an attempt to kill Rondo. Tragically, Lil Pab, Quando's cousin, who was standing outside the Escalade, was struck and killed in the gunfire, while Rondo miraculously escaped unharmed.
Hold on. That ain't look like no little pop.
With conspiracy to use an interstate facility on Grant. The group then made their way back to Chicago, flying from San Diego, as authorities began piecing together the details of the Houston allegedly parked his car strategically behind the station, setting the stage for the ambush. As Quando Rondo and Robinson stopped at the gas station, Jones, Lindsay, and the third unidentified man reportedly exited their vehicle, armed and ready to execute their plan. The suspects opened fire, unleashing a hail of bullets in an attempt to kill Rondo. Tragically, Lil Pab.
Who the hell is that? hey, hold on, man. Hold on. I ain't gonna lie, I don't know. If that's Lil Pop, y'all get in the comment section and let me know. But I don't remember that being Lil Pop at all. Like, period. That don't look like Lil Pop to me, but let's go.
Quando's cousin, who was standing outside the Escalade, was struck and killed in the gunfire, while Rondo miraculously escaped unharmed. The scene was one of chaos and terror as bystanders scrambled for safety and the suspects fled the scene. Afterwards, the suspects regrouped at an In-N-Out hamburger stand, where they allegedly discussed payment with Keon Grant. The group then made their way back to Chicago, flying from San Diego, as authorities began piecing.
Hey, when that video dropping them eating at the In-N-Out burger, it's gonna be crazy. Like, nigga, y'all just did a hit. Nigga took time. They're like, nigga got hungry after the hit. Like, nigga, no, we got to go to the In-N-Out burger, nigga. Yeah, clap it up for us being hungry as hell after the hit. Got to go to the In-N-Out. But I tell y'all one place y'all ain't getting out. Jail, goddammit. That ain't, yeah, y'all gonna be there for a while, goddammit. Hell no, boy, they got y'all on tape at the In-N-Out burger.
Together the details of the brazen attack. Word on the streets is that these two murders aren't the only ones that Durk has paid for. From his brother's killer to an op who disrespected Von's mural, Durk has been moving reckless for a while. Murders Lil Durk has paid for. The earliest murder-for-hire plot that Durk has been caught up in involves the murder of his brother. The story starts with the death of Lil Durk's brother, D Thang, on June 7th, 2021. On a Sunday morning outside a strip club in South Suburban Harvey, shots were fired and D Thang was shot in the head. He was pronounced dead at the scene. Word on the street was that a dude named Stefan Mack was responsible for D Thang's death.
Any club in Chicago with a single letter, don't go to. Club, oh, hell no. Don't even go there. You hear me? No, it ain't safe, goddammit.
Yeah, so Lil Durk put a bounty on his head. And on January 7th, 2022, Mack was gunned down at the Youth Peace Center of Roseland, located at 420 West 111th Street in Chicago. Soon, two men, Anthony Montgomery Wilson and Preston Powell, were indicted with murder for hire. The events leading up to Mack's murder were meticulously planned. Montgomery Wilson and Powell, along with other unidentified accomplices, allegedly conspired to execute Mack in exchange for money. The plot involved the use of a cell phone and a 2014 Chrysler 300, which were deemed facilities of interstate commerce by prosecutors. As Mack exited the Youth Peace Center, gunmen emerged from a vehicle and opened fire, leaving him fatally wounded. A security guard was also injured in the attack but survived. The indictment, initially kept under seal, was made public, revealing the gravity of the accusations against the two men. Montgomery Wilson and Powell were charged with conspiracy to use an interstate facility in the commission of a murder for hire. Additionally, Montgomery Wilson faced an individual murder for hire count and a gun charge. As the legal proceedings unfolded, Montgomery Wilson found himself in custody, facing the full weight of the charges against him. During his arraignment, Montgomery Wilson pleaded not guilty, setting the
Wait, hold on, man. Ain't that Young Thug judge that got kicked off the case? Yeah, I ain't never seen him putting nobody on trial from you know what I'm saying, that has something to do with Lil Durk now. That's Young Thug got a one that got kicked off the case.
stage for a potentially lengthy and contentious trial. His defense team is expected to challenge the evidence presented by the prosecution, which includes photos from the U.S. Attorney's Office allegedly showing him pursuing the victim with a firearm. Meanwhile, Preston Powell remains a fugitive, with law enforcement agencies actively seeking his arrest. The most high-profile murder that Durk is alleged to have paid for is that of FBG Duck. When Duck's killers were arrested back in 2021, word got out that Von had put a $100K bounty on his head. Turns out there was a rat in O-Block working with the feds, who revealed that the one who paid for the hit rewarded the killers with custom-made O-Block chains. A video surfaced on YouTube of King Von giving O-Block members custom-made chains, but according to sources in Chicago, it was actually Durk who put the hit on Duck and paid the killers.
I don't think Von paid them guys. I'm sorry to tell the world.
To know who actually paid the O-Block gang members to kill FBG Duck, FBG Butter revealed that you have to look at the suspect's arrest footage. It turns out Muwop and C Murder weren't arrested in O-Block.
Everybody arrest video coming out from when they got arrested for this Duck case.
Yeah.
They ain't show Muwop shit. Or C Murder's happy. Have y'all saw Muwop and C Murder go to jail on camera yet? Because everybody else involved in that case, arrest footage is on camera.
It turns out that they were arrested at a private hangar, which is crazy because no regular O-Block gang member could afford to charter a private plane.
Them boys got snatched at the airport on a private hangar.
What's interesting is that at the time of their arrest, Von was already dead. That would
Butter came home mad, telling on everybody. They got arrested. It was a private hangar. He was on the case. Yeah, he should know. Rakeem Walden, what they called him. Yeah, Rakeem. We know about you on Church News, goddammit. We know y'all was in there telling, goddammit.
would leave one person with that kind of money to fly out Muwapo and see murder on a private jet, Lil Durk.
Von is dead, right?
Okay.
Well, how the f is these paying for a jet?
Durk is also suspected of ordering the death of one of Duck's closest homies, FBG Cash, for disrespecting Von's mural. When King Von was killed, Cash decided to take a photo next to the mural showing his middle finger. However, instead of having kind words for the deceased rapper, he captioned the post saying, "Whole world witnessed yo main sniper get his shit splacked." This stunt did not go down well with Von's guys, and especially with Von's best friend, Lil Durk. Lil Durk decided to stick up for Von by warning Cash in his song Computer Murderers, where he raps sneaking pics by Von Morale like Lil Bro won't come out and spin. Seemingly enjoying the attention, Cash would use Durk's beat on Computer Murderers and continue dissing King Von, singing, "Von got his ass clapped. You had us thinking he was stretched." Cash even started trolling his ops in interviews. In one interview, he was asked about his infamous stunt at King Von's mural. He responded by saying that Lil Durk had told him to do it.
Then I think at some point you take the picture in front of O-Block, in front of the King Von mural. So what was going on with all that?
Durk told me to do that.
Durk told you to do that?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was only a matter of time before his ops would catch up with him, and a warning
Wrong
from Durk
guy,
on
that
social
was the
media
wrong
gave a clue as
move,
to what would
goddamn.
happen next. Lil Durk had taken to Instagram to warn him, "Don't diss Thang if you be lingering and chasing won't end well. That's marched," the Instagram story read. And according to some of
Not March, merch. Merch. You meant to say it's merch, not March. India probably didn't make his noodles that morning. You feel me? Let's go.
his friends, he was set up by a female.
And dad, like 5 o'clock that morning, you was loose as hell. You trying to ride around with in the rack. Come on, bro. Ain't no doing that, cuz. You know better. Like, these set you up.
On the 9th of June, 2022, Cash was picked up by a female friend and headed for a nightclub. After the club, the rapper took her to a friend's house to sleep with her. At around 5 in the morning, Cash drove the car home with the girl in the back seat. According to her, she was tired and wanted to sleep. A few minutes later, Cash stopped at the stop sign on the 1600 block of West 81st when a car cut them off. 3 men jumped out and opened fire. Cash exited the vehicle as he shot back. However, he was soon overpowered. Cash was later taken to Christ Hospital in Oak Lawn, where he succumbed to his injuries. According to reports, a few weeks before the tragic incident that claimed his life, FBG Cash was involved in a shooting in which even he suspected that the female he was with had set him up. Luckily, only his arm was grazed by a bullet, and he lived to tell the tale.
When I went to look, I was like, damn. Like the bullet had ripped all my jacket. Like, I'm like, I'm shot.
Now, I ain't gonna lie. If I'm with a female and I get shot at and I feel like it was her, bitch, I'm not getting back in the car with you. I'm not. And that was one thing that made me about Cash, like, damn. And then we seen Shorty, she ain't even look all that good. Not to be taking no bullets for, goddammit, hell nah, bitch, I'm out of here. I ain't never getting in the car with you if I get shot and I think you had something to do with it.
That morning, Cash had just left the studio and gone to the woman's house. At around 4:20 in the morning, a guy started blowing up her phone. According to Cash, it was the girl's boyfriend. The woman then told Cash that her boyfriend had the house keys, meaning he could show up at any moment. So the duo decided to leave the house. They jumped into the woman's car and drove off with Cash in the passenger seat. The rapper did one thing that saved his life that night. He reclined his seat and lay on his back while on his phone. On the way home, they stopped at a red light as a vehicle pulled behind them. According to Cash, the woman told him that it was a cop. The rapper peeped but couldn't see clearly, so he went back to his phone. Suddenly, the rear windshield was broken by a hail of bullets. Luckily, he was not in the line of fire. Immediately, the woman sped off before anyone could get shot. People around Cash warned him about being around the woman, as she was an Instagram model, and they had only gone out 3 times before the incident. According to them, she may have set up the rapper.
Be shooting at you at 3, 4 o'clock in the morning.
And who would know where I was at?
Exactly.
Like, fuck, I wasn't, like, you
know her car.
You can't see in my car, and then fucking, it's not like I was sitting straight up in her car, and then like, if she did set me up, like, she did it with the wrong people, because they didn't kill Cho.
While Durk has clearly been implicated in several murder-for-hire plots, there are multiple rappers who've been caught up in similar charges, including one of Durk's industry best friends, King Von, rappers who paid for murder. First on the list is one of Durk's best friends in the industry, Young Thug. In May 2022, Fulton County District Attorney Fonnie Willis unveiled a shocking 56-count indictment, accusing Young Thug and 27 other alleged members of YSL of running a violent Atlanta street gang. According to the prosecution, YSL was not just a record label, but a dangerous criminal enterprise known as Young Slime Life, affiliated with the National Bloods gang. The indictment detailed a decade-long reign of terror, centered around the Cleveland Avenue area of Atlanta. Prosecutors alleged that YSL members were responsible for a wide range of criminal activities, including murder, assault, robbery, theft, illegal gun possession, and drug sales. At the heart of the indictment was the claim that Young Thug was the clear leader of the organization. One of the most shocking allegations in the indictment centered around the 2015 killing of Donovan Thomas Jr., commonly known as Big Nut, a rival gang member. Prosecutors claimed that Young Thug had rented the car used in the murder, while 5 other YSL members were directly charged with the killing. As the trial progresses, the rap world is eager to see whether Big Nut's murder will be pinned on Thug. But Thug isn't the only one of Durk's rapper friends to have their ops murked, because it seems like Young and Ace also did. Ace was friends with both Lil Durk and Quando Rondo before the beef started, and it turns out he may have planned and financed the murder of his fiercest rival, Julio Fulio. According to Fulio's mom, her son's death was a paid hit.
Do you think it was a paid hit?
I do.
Ace seemed to confirm that it was a paid hit during an appearance on a YouTube show, where he was asked what he had last invested money in.
What's the last thing you invested in?
And while Lil Durk rewarded his gang members with money and lucrative music deals for carrying out hits, this next rapper was also accused of rewarding his associates with expensive dinners. This is none other than New York drill rapper Chef G's gang, which had extended its tentacles from Brooklyn to Manhattan and even across state lines to New Jersey, was accused of ordering, orchestrating, and executing acts of chaos that left the community in its wake trembling. Brooklyn's district attorney, Eric Gonzalez, revealed that the rapper had used his financial gains to help facilitate further gang activity, encouraging members to partake in violent crimes. One such act of violence, a mass shooting in Brooklyn, stood out for its sheer audacity and brutality. The suspects had reportedly pulled up in a vehicle and unleashed a hail of bullets on members of a rival gang.
They ain't never pulled up like that. I ain't gonna lie, they ain't pulled up like that. All black on in that bright ass car. Hell no, they ain't pulled up like that.
The chaos that ensued saw 1 person killed and 5 others injured as bystanders fled the scene in terror. The aftermath of the shooting saw Chef G allegedly rewarding the shooters with a lavish steak dinner at a Manhattan restaurant. The last rapper once had beef with Durk and Von and almost had one of their friends, Chief Keef, murdered. The tension between the 2 rappers was obvious, with both artists exchanging jabs and threats through social media and their music. As the rivalry intensified, Tekashi 6ix9ine's association with Kuda B, a fellow rapper and member of his inner circle, became increasingly significant. Kuda B, whose real name is Kentea McKenzie, was known for his loyalty to 6ix9ine and his willingness to support him in various endeavors. This relationship would soon play a crucial role in the events that unfolded. The animosity between 6ix9ine and Chief Keef reached a boiling point in the months leading up to the shooting. In a series of online exchanges, 6ix9ine taunted Chief Keef and his associates. In the midst of this escalating feud, a video surfaced in November 2018 that would later become a key piece of piece of evidence. The video, released by TMZ, showed Tekashi 6ix9ine on FaceTime with Tato, Chief Keef's cousin. During the call, 6ix9ine inquired about Tato's whereabouts and whether he would be with Chief Keef during his visit to New York City. In a shocking revelation, 6ix9ine claimed to have a 30-pack, referring to a $30,000 bounty out on Chief Keef. The stage was set for a dramatic confrontation, and on June 2nd, 2018, the tension erupted into violence. As Chief Keef made his way back to the Times Square W Hotel in the early morning hours, shots were fired in his direction. Miraculously, Chief Keef emerged unharmed, but the incident sent shockwaves through the music industry and beyond. The investigation into the shooting quickly gained momentum, with authorities piecing together the events leading up to that fateful night. Kuda B, Tekashi 6ix9ine's associate, soon found himself at the center of the investigation. His involvement in the plot to target Chief Keef would later lead to his guilty plea, marking a significant turning point in the unfolding drama. As Durkio sits in his cell waiting for his trial, the rap world can only wait and see whether all the murder-for-hire cases against him are true or cap. Meanwhile, you can watch similar content.
Well, y'all get in the comment section, man. Y'all think Lil Durk going down or not? It's your boy Buddha. I'm out.